Jean, it's great to have you back on Just Solutions. Thank you for being our guest today.
Thanks for having me and great seeing you again, Maeve.
Well, as we heard there in the introduction, the Centre for Biological Diversity has really identified the provisions that are for the fossil fuel industry, essentially, in the Inflation Reduction Act. And I'd like to talk about the details of that because it really goes to protected areas in this country. It's in the Gulf of Mexico and Alaska, offshore drilling, but also on public lands. And this is a massive piece of legislation in 725 pages, the Inflation Reduction Act. And these measures for the fossil fuel industry come really towards the end, so very much buried in this. What are your main concerns about what this will do for fossil fuel expansion?
So, the International Energy Agency, which is one of the most conservative bodies in the world, came out last year to say the world cannot survive any new fossil fuel expansion. We actually are teetering on the edge of suicide on this planet. And any new fossil fuel expansion and production will tip us over the edge of 1.5 degrees warming. That is really necessary to actually protect life on Earth, especially the global South. So the provision in this bill that is truly concerning is a provision that is a little bit deranged in a lot of ways. It actually conditions any new wind and solar production on federal lands to also be paired with a fossil fuel leasing provision. And it actually would allow up to 600 million acres of our oceans to be drilled in the next 10 years. And that is just allowing 10 years of drilling and further decades of lock-in that essentially we can't afford as the planet.